How this one finishes up on day one of Gamers8 featuring Fortnite. Over to you, fellas.
The final game of the day is upon us. We have had 5 games before this to start off what has been a fantastic competition, and we will see who will show up to round out day one. Shayo, I've been very excited about what I've seen. Have you had anything in particular that you've really been impressed with so far in these games?
For me, it's what happens when some of these duos lose their partners. It's the last moment in the game, and they put their lives on the line. They put the passion, pedal to the metal, and do amazing things. We've seen value from Japco Kami. We've seen absolute highlight reels for some of the duos like Epic Whale and Acorn earlier in the day. The 1v2 potential in Zero Build is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it just has to be Kami and Japco. Like, you look at that kind of consistency that they've had today, it is unseen, unheard of in Zero Build. We always say, you know, Zero Build has a lot of volatility, it's up and down, you know. These guys have made it look easy, simple, like ABC, 1, 2, 3 type simple.
Hello and goodbye type simple, and they are saying bye to everyone that pops up on their screen, whether it's a rotation in the early game or absolutely clinical shots towards the end. Kami and Japco are unstoppable.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is, of course, for Kami, we know his name. He's been someone who has been a big part of competitive for the past couple of years. Japco still sort of establishing his name, trying to push himself into the elite. He's been here in the EU for a long time, but now trying to push himself into that tier 1 stratosphere. And some of the games he's had today is definitely going to get him there if he can keep that up.
Yeah, we're finally seeing a little bit of a playstyle attached to his name, at least in terms of, for me, it's his decision-making overall. It's very efficient. Every decision he makes is always a profit in terms of points or position gained for his duel, for himself. Very fun to watch. If Thomas is known for his shots, I feel like Japco is just known, you know, just for the decisions he's making right now, at least in no build.
What in the car chase is going on here?
It's a Fortnite trailer for the next season.
Like,
Asian Paper up top on the left. Oh, Yamzo down. Paper tried to help.
Are we getting like a Fortnite Fast and Furious collab or something? Like, what was that? That was crazy. Thomas and Malabuka just running the Yamzo down. Like, okay.
Ooh, Zemi almost with the shot. The ERR gonna be explosive here. Trading teammates, but Vortexers is closer, so Zemi's gonna have to do something here. Let's take a boat to the job and see what's good.
And look, it's not Thomas and Malabuka giving them problems, but Yomzo and Paper are very much still in the thick of it. It is unfortunate. It's Tayson and setting out, beating on them.
I thought he turned into a prop for a second. I'm like, how does no one see Paper?
Oh man, that's such a sad spot to be in. Everyone taking shots at you.
Quinn and Vert, really good at actually just stopping duos in their tracks on rotation. We've seen them just kind of be zone warlords the entire day. Okay, Quinn. And the car blew up. Tayson taking the damage. Confirm it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh!
Vert said, nah, bro. It's all good. You ain't gonna waste a shot, bro. Like, you're good, bro. I got it. Wow.
Malabuka also says, I want some of that at the same time. There's no chance, man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's huge.
That's what we like to see in Game 6, you know what I'm saying? Let's wrap up the day with a bit of fun. Quinn and Vert providing the stat for sure.
And whoever's not having fun right now, who's really thinking about what to do to come back, I feel like it's Queasy and Vino. What do they do? They get late in the game, Japco's there. Queasy wants to go to the bathroom, Japco's there. Everywhere these guys look, at dinner, Japco's there. What to do?
Their only hope is that like Kami and Japco wake up tomorrow and just forget how to play Fortnite. You know, like they just like wake up and like they're like, hold on a minute, what are we doing in Saudi Arabia?
That's what they said, they forgot how to build, but that wouldn't even matter at this point.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like,
oh man.
because honestly, like they have played really well, Queasy and Vino. They've been very impressive. And on any other day, you look at how they've played and it's more than good enough to be first place in any competition. But
yeah,
Japco and Kami, it's like, come on.
Format might save them.
Yeah.
Right? 5 best games. If Japco came here playing 6 really good games, Queasy Vino could have 5 better ones. They have 2 wins already under their belt, so who knows? Might be saved by the 5-game format.
And of course, as the the days develop, right?
Yeah.
There will be changes and whatnot. So But look, if anybody's familiar with a team upkeeping a high level, it's Queasy and Vino, right?
That's
We've
true.
seen them roll a day, go into the next day, people thinking, okay, they'll surely slow down, and then just not
Roll
slow.
harder.
Yeah,
It's
like roll
crazy.
harder. It's what they're known for now.
Unfathomable. This is just a fight that's going to take a little bit of a while. New challenges, though, approaching. It's not going to be Zemi. Trade scan, so now everyone knows exactly where they are. Okay, Axe Force says you want to use that house for sure. Go for it. It does not exist anymore.
Oh, Vortex has snuck one in as well from behind.
Okay.
They're just going to have to fight. But Bevis and Paluinga, they ain't got the HP to be fighting the way they're fighting, but they do isolate a 2v1. How did they let that happen? Vortex has had a stinker here, and now it's Axe Force alone.
He's trying from either side. One
Picked up
shot
one.
here. Oh!
Oh no, and you can see the frustration from Pablo Ingra and Bevis. Pablo Ingra, he looks like he was saying, how do we let that happen? Because how do you let that happen? A 2v1 situation, and they throw it away, so painful. Oh dearie me. But if you're Axe Force, he's feeling like the man right now.
He had so many options there. Another bunker available. Minis if he wanted to run away. Imagine having a cannon on your back too that does 100 and what, 50 damage, 180 damage. What do? Choose to just shotgun it up. Easy clap. NM7, Cal Gamer, winning a fight in the snow. Lonely Labs just over to one duo again.
And they ain't got far to go to get to safe zone as well, right?
Yeah, it's different. A lot of the times these guys are stopped by, I believe it's Quinn usually every single game as they try to move in, but yeah, just a few meters and they're good. They're really making sure everything's scanned up, and I'm just making the most of the util that's on the ground. Fluger and Op, no cars this time. Stay low key.
How lucky can you get? They're just hiding behind the glacier right now.
What would you do to pass the time inside boxes? We played some metas, but we're really slow.
You got time, yeah. I played, sometimes you whip out your phone, play some mobile games or something,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You ever use like a soccer ball emote or football emote
Yeah, and you
end
play
up
football with your teammate.
inside the box? Yeah. Keep it classic. Where are we heading? South. Technically, I'm correct.
Well, I mean, yeah, not wrong.
Wait for it again. One more time.
Well, all the players are going to celebrate because they ain't got to go far.
Oh yeah, that's right. Walks a Robab. I feel like I've seen this shot just used before. Deja vu style.
Fighting's happening.
Okay.
Going up. No car, but they're fighting.
Action is coming. Satam on the left side.
Oh, he's gone the wrong way there.
A lot of trees to hide behind, but okay, shoot through the leaves, I guess. Op doesn't even want to see who he's shooting. They're scooping him away.
That's one of those moments when like a TV show movie where like something scary happens to the group, they all start running, but they run different directions. It's like Satam's, you gotta run with your teammate. He's like run the complete opposite way. And Fluger and Op's like, oh, thanks, mate. You've just made it easier for us.
Easy clap.
And they get cash now as well.
Oh, we'd love to see this. No one's even here to really contest it. Closest team being Vert and Quinn, but they're doing with some juice, some ice cream, some shields. They're having a good time. Don't even really need the cash at all. Team shooting their own ERR at them from the distance. This Mickey's still alive though. Might have got the card.
Yeah, I think he'll try to get the card if not, if he doesn't already have it. You'd like to think they'd stand guard of it though. Like just don't let him get it easy. He doesn't have much cover out there other than a couple trees, so it should be an easy limb for them if they really want it.
Nah, if it's me, get the card, get him back up. 2 more elims, done.
If you were that good, you'd be playing, mate.
That's true, actually. You hit me where it hurts.
It's fine though. You can get better, and all you have to do to get better is watch these guys on your screen here. Cammy and Jack, bro. Unbelievable.
Is there a duo waiting inside this barn?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh.
I thought I saw some arrows inside that barn. I'm going to pay attention to the feed as soon as we snap back. We're waiting. All right, I guess there was not a duel inside the barn. I swear. That's all good. Kanata's still zoned in. I mean, they're just talking about what to do next. Vortex vs. X-Force. On to the next one. It's Razgard Ziandi, who are so hard to actually rock down and kind of scare or shift off their own game plan. But, I mean, last game, these guys are just absolutely focused on making sure they ruin anyone's opportunity if they're in their sightlines.
X-Force just has the difficult fight buff activated. Like he's won the 1v2, and so now he just has the Hall of Fame badge activated. Can take every difficult fight. Oh, has to pop a bunker down. There's another team there. I think that was Reciprocal up above. I was taking shots at him.
He was so mad, like he looked over at that side, he's like, oh, it's in zone and it's like 200 meters up. Yeah. I'm good, man. Yeah. You can have that one.
I'll plop a bunker down and leave. Such an awkward spot to be in. But that is the sort of nature of the newer sort of terrain here in these new areas of the map.
Wondering whether this will move all the way in. I mean, there's a reboot van here right now. Probably baiting Smikey to come through. But I think he's way off somewhere else.
It's interesting, you saw him use a flare there. I think he was worried about somebody being close by. There wasn't anyone there, so they're good.
Rifts popped over and over. Says Lucky DJ. Want to just hold on to some type of railing here in this last game. They need just consistent placement points.
Yeah, and I think either way, like, I'm super happy for Sid Lucky. He hasn't really been competing like a great deal, right? You know, was a name we used to have sort of at the elite level of North American Fortnite some years ago. And I think a lot of people were surprised to see him qualify. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I'll take what I can get, you know? I'm happy to see him here. We've had some decent battles at times throughout the day. And still plenty more games to sort of strut their stuff.
Yeah.
Show what they can do.
He's a player that only gets better, so should be fun to continue to watch. Kami Vanyak not off spawn, or not down off spawn, actually allowed to play this last game, and that just means that content is coming, because you know, Vanyak, 1 game per day, guarantee giga banger, so we'll see what he can do. Alex also hiding on the sidelines. As the Dark, we've seen him with Gentle patrol things and see what's good, says Lucky DJ. Getting bored, want to start a fight. And it's a good one too, Pump Trashy. This is just unfortunate. 2 games in a row where they're in top 5, reaching towards the top, and another team just comes in and takes them out. They're gonna fall even further now without any points this game.
That's really rough, because we've seen it. How quickly you fall out of the top 5 standings if you do have a bad game like this. And that's just going to really hurt for momentum going into tomorrow.
And this just shows how impressive these top 2 teams are at keeping their game plan alive. You never see Queasy Vino, you never see Japco Kemi in a situation where they're going down like that on the edge of Storm.
While you're breaking that down, that was really nice from Andilex. Dodging and even the movement there as he's crouching and strafing, like, that was some really nice movement to get that elim, and he's already got 3 before he picks Sneak off back up. But yeah, I totally agree with you. It really does just show how clear Cammy and Japco and Vino and Queasy are, where there's just a different level of, you know, consistency to their game plan, where they're not having these moments where you're like, oh, they're just being caught out very, very easily.
Absolutely. And there they are, game plan also locked in once again. Japco Kemi way in the zone, looking to wrap all the way around the south side and then probably get up and in. Following dirt roads, driver. Oh, hold up.
On another team that's drafted out.
They're going all the way around.
But yeah, they're very aware of them, right? They don't want to take that fight, so they're just going to have to keep going further south and wrap around that team.
They're going real south.
Yeah.
They're doing something.
Draft on Dexter fight, they got in the way.
This seems so many medkits can survive for a while. Campfire, wait it out, come in late.
This is what they've been doing all tournament long, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like these guys aren't actually playing duo. This is a duo competition. They're not playing duos. They're playing trios.
True.
That's what they've been doing. That's been the key to their success. We talk about how they're consistently getting to end games every single time and finding themselves in good positions. This is it.
That's true.
Everyone's playing duos. They're playing trios. Simple. Simple as that.
NPC's locked in. The car could also count as a player, so they're playing squads.
Yeah.
There have been some movies where they have eyes and like mouths and stuff, so possibility.
100%.
Let's go Jabko Kami.
But yeah, for the people that don't understand, that NPC has been hired
Yep.
to
Help
heal
them out.
Yeah, help them out, provide them with some heals, and so they can make the plays that they're doing and just avoid all this, right? All this action, all this fighting. They don't have to get involved in none of that.
And look at where this is happening too. Huge shots from Notch back and forth. Have to make sure you don't burn alive in here. But this is edge zone and some place that seems safe. Baka's there to pick everything up at the end of the day. You think you'd be fine here. You have your bunker topped in as well. Everyone has, I think there's 18 shockwave grenades in that box. But even at this point, people are getting pressured. So what do? Find campfires, find medkits, slurps, stay in the storm. That storm is basically a 1x1 that protects you. Out here, no matter how many bunkers you have put down, in whatever formation, you're always just ready to kind of get rocked by a cannon or someone shockwaving in or anyone else that's just desperate and wants to start a fight. Savage and Vidil right now giving Threats and Muga a hard time. And they will be holding them for as long as they want to. They will have to move through Savage to get towards the next zone. These guys are finally gone. Yeah, next fight draft though. Safest place to be is in a storm that actually hurts you slowly.
You can see they were just sort of waiting for those guys to drive by. They thought they maybe could get some shots off. This is interesting.
Where are the heals? I don't see the heals.
Yeah, they need to find some quickly.
There they are. Kami has them, it looks like.
Kika and Kenzo also playing that zone life. You can see them going to this flag because they know there's going to be leftover white HP at flags a lot of the time. You'll find some spare bandages there, medkits, the stuff that people typically won't pick up is going to be there. And again, just simple, good map knowledge from these guys.
Really smart.
Nothing complex.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just nice and effective. Gets the job done.
Shots from the flank sides on the reciprocal. You didn't correct me wrong. You hire NPC, all they can do for you then is just shoot, right? There's nothing else that's available?
Well, that NPC like just heals them.
Heals them too. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. I was about to say, that's a lot of splashes. It's a lot of just meds in general. Very smart to hire that one in specific. That's just completely unfair. That is literally trios. It's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. That's like,
no, like
8 inventory slots on full heals.
Bro. Like it's actually trios. It's
You can't even like check their PC for anything. That's straight up like not fair.
The MVP is the best.
Pick an MVP at the end of the day. It's the NPC med healer.
The MVP of the day should be the NPC.
Tripping on this side too. Want to healing up at the bottom. Hero Fahad still alive. Making good adjustments to their game to stay in the business. Haven't really seen the jungle be this clogged up so far towards an endgame though, so this should be very, very interesting. All eyes on Japco and Cayman to see how far they can really push this lead.
And this is the tough thing about this area. The differences in terrain mean you will get caught out just like that so easily if you are not aware of just a different height difference in where the different hills are.
There's a timer on this too. That ramp going to be more flimsy than some of these walls. Kika and Kinzo can't stay here forever. They're backed up once again, pinged, and they know there's not going to be anyone above their trees either. A safer ping from Japco. This man knows exactly where the threats can be for him, so he's clearing them out as fast as possible. Vortex versus Axeforce, king of the jungle right now towards the top. Prey runs in, scurries, hides in the cranny that they can. Opt by himself as Fluker is down.
Yeah, he's just going to have to bide his time. A lot of players are going to start to go down as the zone gets smaller and smaller. Ooh, Blake getting taken out. You saw caught in the water. Cease as well will fall. And Suzuki's going to profit a lot from that. He needed that because he's another one of those players just caught in the zone in the backside trying to run in.
Be some of your own friends sometimes, man. It's tough.
Yeah. He'd be your own boys. Cammy, they got no boys in this lobby. They'll take out anyone and everyone. Kenzo, only a matter of time before he falls as well.
The cost for that, they use barely any util, just one flare gun that they can easily trade for. Another one that's dropped on some of these bodies. Some shockwaves. This time it'll be a cannon, actually. Karmi picks up a few shockwaves that just spawn. Refs guard Z Andy, so important for them to stay alive. Rocky off spawn. They can get Z Andy back up. 3rd place overall. They still have a say in this competition.
Yeah, that's a huge limb as well onto Dark and Gentle, the best Middle East team on the day. A team very, very high up in the standings. So again, just pushing their competition further away down in the leaderboards from them.
Might be a big clutch from Refs guard. Okay, Threat's making himself known inside the truck. Malabuka Thomas HD actually getting close and personal. It's very dangerous to confirm eliminations and go so close to boxes that you're clearing out. You want to have some type of height control, so they'll start to move up, but that's the reason why the risk. Big shots, the second one from Karmi does not connect. The cannon, so strong. Trees up top, blocking sight lines. Karmi now in a tough spot. This is a rock and a super hard place and a jungle for all these duos.
And you got cannons firing all over the place, just making it that much more difficult to have any sort of room to play around with.
And while everyone is screaming, who's the most quiet, who's on your screen, it's Cammy, it's Japko, who go all the way towards the top of a cliff and now can see the whole lobby. Vert, you can try to hide. Boom, no chance, as now you're gonna be scared on the right side. One more shot here, Pink goes down, that's a beam from Japko. Another Elim, what a shot! Karmi and Vanyak traumatized in their box.
Vanyak and Karmi are gonna hope that these guys stop taking shots at them and focus their attention elsewhere as they stop to heal. But oh my goodness, everybody in this lobby right now is at the mercy of Japko and Cammy.
From their perspective, each and every player below them is bowing down. And every single shockwave you see, every cannon barrage that's shot down, they can actually interact with. One big shot, you peek your head out, you're done. At the same time, Japko has to move now. This is where he can't shoot, but an even better sightline. One more charge. He elects to just go for the rifle. And here it is. Is it the box? Is it the bottom? He has a chance and a decision to make. Vanyak down, spray over to Vert's side. This is just a solo perspective we're watching. Not even what Cammy's doing on the left. It's just too much to handle. One more beam as there's just 2 other players left. Karmi way deep in the zone.
Nobody even wants to play in the same zone as them. Everybody running into the storm. You cannot handle these guys. You cannot stop them. There is a reason they have been the best team on the day, and they're the best team here in Game 6 to wrap up day 1.
2 wins overall, looking so good from their perspectives. 2 seconds as well. The worst they came is 5th. That's Japko. That's Cammy. That's enough said.
The Polish plow through the rest of the lobby. Powerhouses in day 1 and leaders of the day. Absolutely unbelievable performances we've seen from these 2 players.
It's not allowed. You can't have this level of consistency inside Zero Build, but they're just doing it over and over. They have a pulse on when the lobby's hot, they stay cold, and then they fire up, and everyone else gets burned down.
And it's, again, you mentioned it near the start of the game, but we saw it so well there. Cerebral decision making, knowing exactly who to focus on at the right times, realizing, understanding who's feeling pressure and when, and how they can dance around that and use it to their advantage. It honestly is 2 very experienced players in their element right now.
It's visceral. You know when to move, you know when to shout, you know when to be quiet. That is kind of the essentials of decision making, finding good positions inside Zero Build, getting the utmost efficiency, and this duo is the best at it on day 1.
Look, we've talked about how much they've been on a whole different level, how they're playing a different game. They're literally playing trios instead of duos with some of the strategies they've whipped out. I'm very curious to see whether or not they can upkeep that tomorrow. But for the most part, a phenomenal day from these guys. We're going to send it back to the desk to break that all down, or send it to a break before we send it to the desk to break that all down. So stick around.